I know I can't be the only one who has kind of gotten exhausted with trying friendships and trying for love. At this point in time, I've just kind of taken a step back from both of these things. And though I still care about it to an extent and it shows in my emotions every once in a while in my thoughts, I don't feel the same or I don't try as hard as I used to. And I'm going to split this video into two parts because the first one is going to be friendships and the second part is going to be love. Something I've realized about myself, or something I've more so known about myself for a very, very, very long time, is that I am shy, I am awkward, I overthink. I have said this in a couple of other videos of mine, and it's true. I consider myself an introvert and an extrovert. I'm an extrovert depending on the people I'm around, if it's my friends, depending on the vibe I get from someone that I meet for the first time. I might be myself if I get that vibe from them, if they're really cool. But with certain people, I get very introverted, I get very shy. And when it comes to trying to put myself in spaces where there's people that I could talk to and meet, I don't do very well. I get very overwhelmed. I just feel so out of place and I feel like I'm going to be judged. I feel like everyone's looking at me even though that's not happening. It's not a fun feeling. And because that feeling sucks, I have started to avoid those things. I'm in college and I told myself for this second year, I'm going to try harder, trying to go to club meets and do organizations and shit like that. However, I've kind of given up on that. The fall semester, I did start going to the first meetings, paying dues, which wasn't a lot of money, and stuff like that. And trying to go to the meets, I'm like, okay, over time, this is a process. I'll start talking to people, maybe we'll start maybe hanging out, getting to know each other. I did have some success at first. Eventually, it's just like that feeling came back. And after that, I just stopped going. I stopped going out on my campus much because it's just little old me. And something I'm trying to learn with this time, or something I told myself, or maybe even lied to myself about, is you need to learn to be by yourself. And I think it's good to learn to be by yourself, but I feel like I've used it as a way to shield how I really feel. I want to embrace people. There's so many people on this campus, so many different kinds of people, and I've been trying to find a new friend group because I had to leave one that wasn't good for me about a year ago. But I think trying to find something to fill that void is stressing me out. And I'm not actively doing it. It's not the only thing that I'm worried about, but it's in a way, when you're stuck in the past, you want to look towards the future to something else so you can forget about the past, if that makes any sense. And I wanted to be realistic with that because, I could say a million other reasons as to why I feel this way, but that's a huge fucking reason as to why I feel that way. A lot of people just already have their groups. They have their people. It's like if I were to meet someone on my campus through a club meet or something and we start talking and stuff like that, we get each other's Instagram, whatever like that. And I start trying to engage in conversations, trying to text them, trying to get to know them, ask questions, and they're not really responding. I take that as I know where this is going to go because it's happened multiple times. And I will say this, no one, no one is obligated to answer me. This person just met me. They don't have to text me 24/7. They have other responsibilities. I understand that. However, I think energy being reciprocated is still important. It's why am I going to keep texting and texting and texting and trying, but they're doing other things, they're talking to other people, and it's very one-sided. It's like me wasting my energy, and that's happened so many times. They never answer. I have to double text to get them to answer. Not even on any kind of manipulative shit. It's just sometimes people forget to answer. I forget to answer. It's if there's no energy that's going to be reciprocated, I just leave it alone because it's what's the point in trying? I just have to move on. I can't just stay here forever. And also it makes you look kind of needy, and I don't want to look needy. But yeah, I don't know. I've also just tried lying to myself again by telling myself, hey, maybe you're just not going to make any new friends in college. I don't know. It's like if I don't try, then it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna meet new people, make acquaintances, maybe not necessarily friends. My definition of friends has changed for a long time. It's like what else am I gonna do? What else am I supposed to do? Whenever I do these things, I get anxiety. Whenever I try this, it doesn't work out. And if I try it again, it still doesn't work out. Or it's just circumstances. It's just like I don't even want anything to do with it anymore. I'm gonna just be by myself, embrace the people that I already know, even though they're long distance from me because I had to move and stuff like that. And that's another thing with friends is like your own friend group. I know that drifting apart is a normal thing in life, and I accepted this when I graduated high school, and I've been very lucky for at least 2 or so years, I kept the people that I called friends from high school. But recently, I've been drifting apart from those people. Not all of them. I'd say somewhat half of them from like the original amount that I had. So let's say 10. 10 people I called my friends. There have been different circumstances, different things that happen, but for these people, I've realized the friend label is kind of slipping away just because we're doing different things. We have different responsibilities. A few of these friends are just very busy. Yes, we could make time for each other and such, but I don't know how to explain this one, but it's just like you know when you're drifting apart from someone. You know when that time is ending, when it's just, it's not like how it used to be. And I do value the beauty of friendship where you cannot talk to someone for like 6 months or like a few months, a few weeks, and then like y'all can catch up and whatever like that. And that was one of the friendships that, I'm talking about, but still, it's just like when things are different and it's like when you like you might have to let go. You might have to let go and just kind of silently go your separate ways. But right now, I've just kind of said, fuck friendships or trying at this point. If something comes along and, I go with the flow and such, then so be it. However, just right now, I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of trying. My little heart can't take it. Now for the second part of the video, which is about love. And love is such a complicated thing. People are obsessed with this thing, this fantasy, trying to make it come to life, trying to make it ideal to our expectations, trying to find that person, trying not to be alone. There's so much to love. It's crazy. It's like so complicated. And I'd say since I was 10 or 11 years old, I was in that bubble. I saw love through this light, through social media, through music, and also through my own imagination because I am a daydreamer. I daydream like 24/7. And I wanted this thing that I consider love. And I wanted it so bad. And I also used to think that when I was insecure, I used to think that me being in a relationship with someone and for someone to love me, I thought that that was going to fix everything. I thought I wouldn't be insecure anymore if someone loves me and I feel insecure, they love me. Like who? They're like I won't feel like ugly. I'll feel better about myself because this person sees beauty in me, but I don't. But it doesn't work like that. I had to learn that I actually do need to love myself first. I used to think like, oh, loving yourself first before you can love someone. I was like, what does that mean? But I get it. Like, how can you give into someone else, like give your energy to someone else in a romantic sense, in a partnership, if you're not like not how do I say fully intact because everyone has their own shit, but like intact in a sense where like you're some kind of secure with yourself. And I had to take that step first. I had to tell myself, you actually need to take the time to love yourself. Like you need to stop worrying about a relationship. Love yourself first. And it's hard to love yourself. It takes time. It took me a couple of years and I just heard a fucking noise. What the fuck? Another thing with love for me personally, and I feel like also for other people, my main experiences, like they were not the best. And yeah, if you want to say, oh, like they were young, you were young, like yeah, there's that. But also some people don't change from those behaviors when they were like younger and then they cause problems for other people. So it's like if you change, then it's like, hey, what, we all do some stupid shit. I've done stupid shit, fucked up shit, like, and I've had to learn from them, actually take time to learn from those things and be a better person. But some people don't do that, and those people are still running around causing pain for other people. I've had experiences where I've been lied to a lot. Dare I say, like, a bit of manipulation. Love bombing is another one. Um, it's really complicated because it's like so much stuff that I realize has affected me to this day, and I'm trying to still process and move on from, but it's like those experiences have like they have made me like want to stop looking for love. They've made me want to stop looking for a relationship because it's like I'm tired. I'm tired of this like mental bullshit. I'm tired of this mentally affecting me for weeks and months in a way that not everyone understands, that I can't always explain, that I can't always process, that I can't always handle in that moment. And with my second to last experience with a guy, which I can make its own video, where this guy was trying to love bomb me, it really made me ask myself, what is the universe telling me? It's like everywhere I go, or no matter what I try differently, it seems, it's like I always run into some bullshit and I get back into this place. And like I said, I'm gonna leave that for another video, but that second to last experience really just told me, like, you know what? Maybe love is this just does not fit into the equation right now. Like, maybe I just really need to like focus on myself realistically, because there's a lot of things I want to do in my 20s that I want to fulfill before I turn 30. And I don't think like a relationship is like giving your love to someone else. I don't know if that's going to fit in my roadmap. So I came to that conclusion. And a couple of other things is that just knowing my odds with love and relationships. And it's like, well, how do you know your odds? I don't know. I made them the fuck up. I made them the fuck up. Just these, like, the circumstances, I guess. What tends to happen a lot. If someone likes me, I usually don't like them back. If I like someone, they don't like me back. If we like each other, something usually happens and it's not a good thing, and it just all goes to shit. And even so, like I've said a million times, I'm shy. I'm shy. I'm not good at shooting my shot with people. That's like, that makes my heart drop. I cannot do that. I get scared of rejection, even though it's like, it is what it is. Like, the worst someone can say is no, but it's like, that's not something that I do. So it's like, yeah, you could tell me I'm kind of holding myself back in a way, but it's just like, I'm not going to put myself through that shit. I know how it's going to make me feel. Also, with love, I'm trying to think. I had a thought and it kind of went away. I've heard people say that this generation, aka my generation, Gen Z, has fucked up the meaning of love. Um, might I dare say that love has been fucked up for a really long time, but if we're specifically talking about Gen Z, I think people are talking about hookup culture. Some people talk about the rise of narcissism and shit like that. Not like diagnosed necessarily, but just traits. People not knowing what love really is. It's so complicated, and just from what I've experienced and what I've seen, it's just like I don't have time for bullshit anymore. I don't. I'd rather leave it alone until I have the mental capacity to get to know someone, see if I can trust them and stuff like that. But I'm just also exhausted with love. A lot of the things I'm still trying to process from the things like I went through with other people. Trying to navigate my personality, my emotions, my shyness with these things, and just where it now fits into my life. And before I turned 20, and with that love bombing experience that I talked about, I just told myself, like, take it easy. Go with the flow. If you meet someone and they're great and you want to take that chance in going into a relationship with them, do what feels right, but don't force yourself to do anything that don't want to do. Don't try to fill this void with someone, just anyone, because, you know, that could turn out bad and it's just not good for you. Learn more about yourself first before you learn about someone else. Like, I don't know. Just don't be in love with love like you were for the past decade of your life, basically. That's pretty much the video. I'm like saying, fuck friends, fuck that shit, and fuck love because I am tired. I'm exhausted. I know this video was longer than any of my other videos on this channel, but I didn't really feel like breaking it up into two. I just wanted to make it one full video, and I've wanted to make this video for a minute. I just didn't know how, and I'm doing my makeup before I go out. So I was just like, let me just take a break. But yeah, let me know if you relate to any of these things, if you have at some point in your life, if like, you know, maybe you felt it in a different way. Let me know your thought process, how you turn things around for yourself. If you have any advice for me, I'll take it. And yeah, until the next video.